Review of the case rates has been initiated in 2016. This is not something new. In fact, there was a body created. The DOH was represented by Undersecretary Lilibeth David, and PhilHealth also had a representative officer. And the officers that we are seeing here now are very much aware of that, except, of course, President Mandy and Attorney Santos. In other words, yung pinagsasabi po ni ASEC Albert Domingo has long been instructed and implemented years ago. Hindi po ito bago. I believe the problem started when that coordinating body was collapsed. Diba? Let's call a spade, ASEC Albert. Hindi kasi natin pwedeng paasahin yung mga tao sa salita lamang. You have to walk the talk. If you remember during the APRO oversight hearings, this was also discussed. And the DOH promised that in 1 month's time, there will be proposed solutions. Pero walang nangyari. And these were pre-budget deliberations. Now, Mr. Chair, I don't want to prick the bubble of ASEC Domingo, but to be factual about it, yes, you are saying that Secretary Herbosa is the chair of the board at doon na pag-uusapan. But mind you, Mr. Chair, again, let's be factual about the real situation, yung walang maraming icing, because I cannot swallow the responses to our dear colleague, Congressman Suwan, na tila pinapalabas natin na hindi masusolusyonan yung problema ng case rates kasi ang chairman is the Secretary of Health. No, Mr. Chair, that does not happen. Why? The board of PhilHealth will discuss an agenda related to resolutions. They do not discuss step by step, one by one, the case rates. Apologies for this, Mr. Chair. I have to correct that. Being former chair of PhilHealth, hindi na kaya ng Secretary of Health yan. Huwag nating lagyan ng icing na hindi ka panipaniwala ang mga pangyayari. The immediate solution here is first, to stop the internal fighting between PhilHealth and DOH. Kasi kaming mga pasyente at yung mga tao ang nagiging kawawa sa walang hintong bangayan ng DOH at PhilHealth. Let's call that situation a fact. Kasi dun sa board meeting nyo, nagkakaroon ng awayan ang chairman, the Secretary of Health, and the President of PhilHealth. And I think that is injustice to the Filipino people. The first solution there is, yung mga nag-aaway, di wag i-involve. Let's put back the career officials who were supposed to examine the case rates. First question, why was that collapsed? Second question, yung case rates na yan, napalpak ang pagpagawa, alam na alam niya ni Dr. Pargas. Kasi dalawang tao lang yung umupo sa mesa at nag-drawing. Kaya nga, ginawan yan ng amendments and I did issued order to invite all representatives from patients, stakeholders, hospitals, and medical professionals and specialists. Pero sa dami-dami ng mga meeting, nasan yung output? Because expenditures of government on meetings, travels, and hotels and anything should have output. So I just want to make that clear, Mr. Chair, na hindi po totoo na during the board meeting, iniisa-isa yung mga case rates. This can be done by a technical working group that was initiated already before, unfortunately collapsed, and inviting stakeholders kasi hindi pwede na yung isang tao may expertise ng lahat. Hindi na kaya ng Secretary of Health yan. That is why the liaison of DOH to PhilHealth should be a person that can work together with PhilHealth, not fight with PhilHealth. I hope I said my piece, Mr. Chair.
Narinig po natin yung mga sinabi ni Honorable Garin. May I ask PhilHealth, totoo po ba? Yung mga sinabi ni Honorable Garin.
PhilHealth po ba? PCEO Mandy. Would you like to respond?
Pwede ba, Mr. Chair? No comment muna ako.
Or maybe we can ask the ASEC from the DOH if he wants to respond.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Akop.
basahin ko man yung minutes in the previous meeting, yung statements ni ASEC Domingo ba yung kwanon? Contrary rin dun sa mga sinasabi ng PhilHealth eh. Kababasa ko lang dito sa mga dokumento na nasa harapan ko. That is why I'm asking kung totoo po yung sinabi ni Kwan, ni Honorable Garin. Kasi how can we solve a problem if we do not know the real score? Di po ba? Basic yan eh sa problem solving. Now, if we do not accept that there are problems, how can we solve that problem? Siguro mag-conduct tayo ng inquiry in aid of legislation para ma-contempt natin yung ayaw sumagot. Di po ba, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Congressman Akop.
If they're not going to answer that, I will file a resolution, Mr. Chair.
Courtesy to Kong Suwan, because I can see Congresswoman Stella Kimbo, who was actually one of the referees when Secretary Herbosa erupted and was saying all words, and President Mandi also was somehow responding, but later on apologized. Parang siya na nga ang nag-give way. Pero ganyan talaga eh. But then, Mr. Chair, let me reiterate the question addressed to DOH. Are you sincere and bent on having a ceasefire against your personal tirades against PhilHealth? On your personal tirades against PhilHealth?
Mr. Chair, it's not a personal tirade, but yes, we will work to our
Then
best
what it
with
is if
PhilHealth.
it's not personal? Kasi ang nakikita namin, I believe, wala kaming pakialam kung gusto nyo magpalitan ng official or whatever, pero ang trabaho. Dapat nakaseparate yung politika doon sa trabaho. And while the President is still there and the President is still Mandi Ledesma, kung pwede sana magtrabaho muna. Kasi sayang yung oras eh. Every hour, every day should be dedicated to the Filipino people. And I don't want to see our Senior Vice Chair again being, sa dami-dami ng ginagawa niya, yung oras niya nauubos doon sa pagre-referee. So, Mr. Chair, may I repeat the question? Can the Honorable ASEC relate to the whole department to have a ceasefire on this nuances between DOH and PhilHealth?
I am sorry, Honorable Green, Honorable Chair, that was before I came into the department. I'm not aware of the specific coordination committee. To my knowledge, current operations, the Benefits Committee is the one that coordinates PhilHealth and the DOH, Mr. Chair. Honorable Green.
And who in DOH, Mr. Chair, who is the representative of DOH, Mr. Chair, in this case?
It is the Secretary himself who has been sitting since July or August, Mr. Chair.
With that, Mr. Chair, again, in relation to the question of Congressman Suwan, let me just, for the enlightenment of the Honorable Committee, the purpose why a committee was created, represented by a USEC, is that we know how busy the Secretary is. That time, it was represented by USEC Lilibeth David, who also heads policy in the department, who has been a long career officer of the department, and who also is very much aware of the stakeholders, hospitals, patients, and specialists. Yung committee po na yun, ang tumutok na i-review isa-isa yung case rates. Yan din ang tumutok ng no duplication. Because for the information of this August body, marami ring mga gamot, commodities, devices, ang binibili ng DOH, pinamimigay sa hospitals, including chemotherapeutic drugs, at yung mga hospitals na nabigyan nito ay clinic claims sa PhilHealth, which should not be the case. So that committee actually aligned things. Ang binibili ng DOH, hindi dapat nire-refund ng PhilHealth. Ang packages ng PhilHealth ay hindi nagdodoble sa packages ng DOH. Just if we go back to COVID testing, Mr. Chair, bumili ng bilyones na testing kits ang PSDBM. Pinamigay sa pribado at government hospital. Pero napakamahal naman ng singil at nire-reimburse din ito ng mga hospital papuntang PhilHealth. Sino ang kawawa? Taong bayan. So with that, Mr. Chair, let me reiterate what was mentioned during the preliminary budget briefings and budget hearings with the DOH. Revive that committee. Kasi maski sa pinag-uusapan dito, ang dami kaninang mga proposal on wheelchairs, walkers, pero binibili rin kasi ito ng DOH. How sure are we na yung binibili ng DOH na pinamimigay sa hospitals at pinapa-reimburse naman doon sa PhilHealth ay hindi ulit mangyari? We were able to trace that, Mr. Chair, specifically on chemotherapeutic drugs, on some antibiotics, and even on supplies being used for dialysis treatments. That's why, habang dinidiscuss natin dito na palawakin ng PhilHealth yung kanilang mga ginagawa, hindi natin maipagkaila na kapag binalik yung malaking gap dun sa dalawa, magkakaroon ng waste of resources and waste of money. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Yes, Asik Domingo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Honorable Green. We gladly accept, and I will personally look into the nature of this coordination committee because, Mr. Chair, Honorable Green, it happened before my time, so I will get an update po from the historic.
You admit that the case rates are still up for review, di ba?
They are continuously being reviewed.
Okay, and
ma'am.
who is reviewing it?
It begins at the technical level of PhilHealth, the HFPS, the Health Finance Policy Sector, and then elevated to the board for approval.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, balikan lang natin yon. Yung doon kasi sa board, ina-approve, and Congresswoman Stella Kimbo is very much aware of this. Ang nandoon na kasi sa mga resolution, saan ba nagkamali? Nung ginawa ang case rates na ikinalugi ng maraming pampublikong hospital under the LGUs, we have colleagues here who are former mayors and governors. Nung ginawa kasi yun, warang consultation. So kung bumabalik kayo again, doon na finance lang ang titingin, hindi kasi kinausap yung specialty society, yung doktor at yung stereotype. You have to balance. Yung sinasabi mo kasi, Asek Domingo, na sinasubmit sa board, yan na yung final. And sometimes it becomes ministerial kasi if you craft the packages, you call the specialist commensurate to the topic being discussed. Kunyari, nag-opera, doon sa case rate nyo, tinanggal yung anesthesiologist. Sa lahat ng case rates, walang anesthesiologist. So, sino ang magbabayad ng anesthesiologist? Di ba kaya yung ibang mga ospital na sinasabi nilang nagsara, kunyari, case rate ng pneumonia, isang kaso lang doon, hindi naman quinantify, mild ba ito, moderate ba ito, severe ba ito? Andun yun ang pinaka-importante. That's the heart of the case rate. Yung tinanong nyo yung specialty society, kung sa pagpanganak ba yan, o kung cesarean yan, may pedya ka, may OB ka, may anesthesiologist ka, ano yung mga kailangan gastusin? Ito naman yung ospital, ito naman yung pasyente, ito naman yung DOH. Ano yung binibigay ng libre, ano yung binibigay na may bayad? So walang duplication. So when you submit it to the board, it's a done deal. We have to stop all the nuances. Hindi pwedeng may gap ang DOH at yung PhilHealth dahil ang sambayan ng Pilipino ang nagiging kawawa. So again, Mr. Chair, to reiterate, let us bring back the joint committee between DOH and PhilHealth, not only to address the case rates, but to also avoid duplication. Na yung pinamimili ng PhilHealth at ng iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno on health-related medicines, vaccines, and devices will not be charged to PhilHealth. Kasi uulitin natin, bilyones na test kits na inutang at ngayon binabayaran ng sambayan ng Pilipino na binibili through PSDBM ay pinamigay sa private and government hospitals. Ang tanong, ni-reimburse ba ito sa PhilHealth? Yes. Bakit babayaran ng PhilHealth yung mga bagay na bilhin ng gobyerno, na binili ng DOH? So that's a very important committee to bring back that was removed by the previous administration for a reason that we cannot explain. At kaya nga nagkaroon ng problema, nagkaroon ng interim reimbursement mechanism, yung illegal na IRM, that Attorney D.L.E. Santos is very much aware of. Ibig sabihin, yung pera ng PhilHealth nung nakaraang administrasyon, pinanggawang kapital. Bumili ng mga sasakyan, nagpagawa ng mga building. Bakit bakit ang PhilHealth magiging kapitalista ng mga pribadong ospital at pribadong clinics? That's why this happened. Kaya nga, the solution here is not to sweet talk the legislators. And I'm referring this to DOH. The solution here is to put back concrete measures that will really address the problem. And let's stop blaming PhilHealth, let's stop blaming DOH, let's buckle down to work because that's our obligation to the Filipino people, Mr. Chair.
I asked that question when I heard the comments of the Honorable Garin. Kasi nandito po sa akin, may constituent ako na nagsabi, nagre-request lang, also, is it possible that they align with DOH when it comes to providing a license to operate from DOH and accreditation from PhilHealth, given that the two institutions should be working hand in hand and not adding another layer to it? Marami pong duplicity na nagaganap which could be addressed more effectively if only both look at their objectives and align with one another. Magaling yung nagsabi sa akin nito. And that is why this is proof na hindi kayo nagkakaugma ng kilos.
Mr. Chair.
Kasi yung tao nagre-request na nga na mag-align kayo towards your objectives. That is the reason why I asked that question, Mr. Chair. Marami pong salamat.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Honorable Ledesma.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, Honorable Acop. I would also want to add, yes, we do have policy differences. Nagde-debate po kami sa board. Pero I think if we also look at the good things that has happened in PhilHealth in the last 2 years, or even in the last year, since Secretary Herbosa has been secretary for a little over a year, marami po kaming nagagawang positive accomplishments, no? So, yes, there are debates, yes, there are disagreements, differences in policy, but the fact that we're able to increase the case rates by 95%, we are able to enhance so many of the benefit packages, we've been able to increase the payments of claims to hospitals, we've been able to move forward in our digitalization process. We have done so many positive things. So, there are always two sides to a coin po, no? Pwede natin tignan yung hindi masyadong maganda, pero marami rin po tayong magandang accomplishments, no? But thank you very much for all of your inputs po, Honorable Acop. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
But could you imagine what you could accomplish kung align kayong dalawa? Yan pala, hindi pa kayo meron pa kayong konting misunderstanding, and yet, you are telling us na marami kayo nagiging accomplishment. So, could you imagine kung lalo na kung align pa kayo?